Imagine a world where every moment feels like a scene from a movie. Quiet yet powerful, ordinary yet unforgettable. Today I stand here not as an actor, but as someone whose heart has found its co-star, my future wife. I have a gift for you. Not just in my hands, but in my words, in my soul, in every heartbeat that whispers your name. This isn't just a speech, it's a promise, a story in the beginning of our forever. I've always believed that life gives us moments, fleeting, fragile moments, that change everything, and yet we barely notice them until later. It is strange, isn't it? How the universe conspires in ways that feel almost invisible, almost magical. Until one day you are caught in the midst of it, and you realize that everything, the ordinary mornings, the quiet streets, the laughter of strangers, the scent of rain, the sunlight filtering through leaves, everything was leading to this very moment. And now here I am speaking to you, standing in front of you, holding something tangible in my hands, yet knowing that the real gift is not what I can wrap in paper or tie with a ribbon. The real gift is the unspoken language of my heart, the quiet devotion that has grown in every thought I've had of you, every smile you've unknowingly inspired in me, every time I have imagined what it would feel like to hold your hand and walk beside you through life. I have carried this gift in me long before today, before I even realized its magnitude, and it has taken form in countless ways, through the soft moments of reflection when I think of you, through the silent promises I make to myself that I will always honor you, through the sheer awe I feel when I consider that you exist and that I have the privilege of calling you my future wife. It is not a gift born from material things. It is not something I can simply give and forget. It is alive. It breathes with the rhythm of my heart. It grows with every day I spend imagining our life together. It hums in the quiet moments when I am alone, when I am dreaming, when I am thinking of you, wondering if you can feel the depth of my feelings, the gravity of my love. And it is strange how love can be both overwhelming and subtle at the same time. How it can make the world seem immense yet intimately small. How it can make every fear seem insignificant. How it can make me believe in the impossible and yet remain grounded in the certainty of you. This gift is a reflection of all that you are. To me, the way you laugh, the way your eyes light up when you speak about what you love, the way the world seems to pause around you, even in a crowd, as if it knows that someone extraordinary is passing through. I have tried to measure it, to capture it, to hold it. But it is infinite, uncontainable, like a river that refuses to be dammed, like a star that refuses to be dammed, like a truth that refuses to be denied. I imagine you holding this gift, and I want you to understand that it is more than a gesture. It is a declaration. It is a confession of everything I have ever felt, of everything I will ever feel. And it is a promise that the days ahead will be lived with intention, that every sunrise will be brighter because you are in it, that every challenge will be lighter because your hand will be lighter because your hand will be there to hold, that every joy will be amplified because your laughter will echo alongside it. And yet I know that words can only go so far, that no sentence can fully encompass the expanse of what I feel, that even 1,000 speeches would fall short of touching the depth of my heart. That is why this gift is both simple and profound. It is a symbol, a vessel, a bridge between the inner world. I carry with me in the outer world where I am finally able to give it to you. I think about the first time I realized that my life had changed because of you. It wasn't a grand moment. It wasn't a fireworks display. It was a subtle shift, a quiet recognition in a glance, a thought that lingered longer than it should have, a smile that stayed with me long after it was shared. And that is how I know that this gift is real, that my feelings are true, that my heart is aligned with the destiny I never dared to dream before I knew you. because it is not about perfection and it is not about grandeur. It is about authenticity. It is about the unwavering certainty that when I see you, I am reminded that life is not random, that the chaos of the world is tempered by the presence of something or someone extraordinary, that the ordinary can become extraordinary simply because you exist within it. This gift is also a mirror. When you hold it, I hope you see not just what I am giving, but the reflection of us, the journey we will take, the stories we will write, the nights we will spend in quiet conversation, the mornings we will wake to with the sun shining through the window, the laughter and the tears, the victories and the struggles. I hope you see the beauty of connection, the power of vulnerability, the strength that comes from knowing that someone sees you completely and loves you anyway, unconditionally, without reservation. Because that is what I offer you. That is what this gift represents. A love that is patient, a love that is steadfast, a love that is quietly fierce and unshakable, a love that will stand when everything else falls, a love that will find you even in the moments when you feel lost, a love that is yours completely and utterly. And as I stand here with this gift in my hands, I realize that it is not the holding that matters, but the giving. It is not the object itself, but the intention behind it. It is not the surface, but the depths beneath you. I want you to understand that everything I have done, everything I have felt, every choice I have made that has led me here has been preparing me for this moment, has been shaping me to be worthy of giving you this gift, of sharing this love, of walking with you into the life that we will build together. It is a gift that transcends time, that defies logic, that whispers of eternity, and yet it is entirely rooted in the present. In this exact second when I am speaking to you, when my eyes meet yours, when my heart is wide open, when my soul reaches out to yours, I could speak for hours, for days, for a lifetime, and I would still feel that I have barely touched the surface of what I am trying to convey. But this gift, small or large, tangible or invisible, is a testament to everything I cannot say with words alone. It is the embodiment of my hope, my desire, my unwavering certainty that you are the one, the only one, the person my heart has been seeking without even knowing it, the one who makes every ordinary moment feel like destiny, the one who turns every breath into poetry, the one who makes life itself feel like the most beautiful story ever written, a story that I get to share with you, forever expanding, forever deepening, forever alive. There's a strange, inexplicable power in the unspoken, the moments where words are unnecessary, where silence itself communicates more than 1,000 sentences ever could. From the first time I felt it with you, I knew that there was a connection between us that transcended logic, explanation, or circumstance. It is as if the universe, in its quiet, deliberate way, nudged two souls to recognize each other, not with fanfare or ceremony, but with subtle, almost imperceptible gestures that ripple through the heart like a secret song only we can hear. I remember the way our eyes met and lingered, not out of curiosity or the dwell-liation, but out of recognition, as if our souls quietly acknowledged each other and whispered, "I have been waiting for you." That kind of connection cannot be forced, cannot be manufactured, and cannot be fully explained. It simply exists. And it exists so profoundly that the world around it seems to fade, leaving only the resonance between us, the silent dialogue that pulses with life and meaning. It is in those moments, the fleeting glances, the shared smiles, the brush of a hand, the subtle shifts in tone, the timing of a laugh that perfectly matches your own, that I have felt the truest depth of intimacy. I have realized that we can be together in the same room without a single word spoken, and yet everything necessary is being communicated. The warmth of your presence, the calm of your breathing, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the way your expression changes with the slightest thought, they all speak to me in ways that words could never hope to reach. It is a connection that does not need explanation, that does not demand definition, that simply lives in the spaces between sentences, in the pauses, in the quiet, and in recognizing it, I have learned something profound. Love at its purest is often unspoken. It is not declared for the sake of performance or validation. It is felt, understood, and honored in the spaces where language falls short. There is a kind of magic in the unspoken. It is the magic of knowing without knowing, of sensing without seeing, of understanding without hearing. When we are together, it is as though an invisible thread pulls us toward each other, aligning our thoughts, emotions, and even our silences in perfect harmony. I have felt it in moments of joy when laughter flows freely and our spirits seem to dance in unison. I have felt it in moments of quiet reflection when words would only distract from the depth of feeling that envelops us. I have felt it in moments of challenge when the world presses down and the weight of life is heavy, and yet your presence alone can lift me, steady me, and remind me that nothing is insurmountable because we are connected, because we share something that is beyond circumstance, beyond explanation, beyond fear. This unspoken connection has taught me to trust in the subtle forces of life, to listen to the quiet signals that guide us, to honor the small moments that reveal the most significant truths. I have discovered that love does not always announce itself with fireworks and fanfare. Sometimes it arrives as a glance, a sigh, a feeling so delicate and profound that it nearly escapes notice if one is not paying attention. But I have noticed, I have felt, I have cherished, and it is in this noticing, this feeling, this cherishing that I realize the gift I hold is not something I have to create, invent, or acquire. It is already here. It is the resonance of two hearts that understand each other in ways that language cannot capture. The quiet certainty that even without speaking, we know deeply that we belong together. I think about how rare this connection is, how few people in life experience it, and I am overwhelmed with gratitude that it exists for us. It is not tied to circumstance or convenience. It is not dependent on logic, explanation, or timing. It is a living, breathing truth that defies measurement and mocks attempts to define it. And yet it is undeniable, inescapable, and absolute. It is a tether that draws me to you even when you are far away, a current that pulls us together when the world tries to push us apart, a rhythm that beats in tandem with the pulse of my own heart. Every glance, every gesture, every silence between us confirms it. This connection is real, unbreakable, and it has been waiting for us long before we ever realized it. Even now, as I stand before you, trying to put into words something that is inherently beyond words, I feel it. The quiet language of our souls speaks louder than any speech could. It hums in the spaces between our breaths. It glows in the shared glances that hold the weight of unspoken understanding. It lingers in the moments when time itself seems to pause just for us, and I know with absolute certainty that this connection is not fragile. It is not fleeting. It is not dependent on circumstance or fortune. It is resilient, enduring, and alive. It is the kind of bond that grows stronger with each passing day, that deepens as we learn more about each other, that becomes a foundation for everything we will build together. It is a connection that challenges me to be better, to reach deeper, to feel more fully, to embrace vulnerability without fear, because I know that I am understood truly and completely, not for the image I present, not for the persona I project, but for the essence of who I am. And that understanding is mirrored back to me in the depth of your own presence. I have learned to listen differently, to feel differently, to see differently, to see differently. Because of it, I have learned that love is not only expressed through words and actions, but also through the quiet recognition. of another soul the way hearts can speak in tandem, and the understanding that even in silence, everything that matters is communicated. And so this gift I bring to you, though tangible, though held in my hands, is merely a symbol, a reminder, a testament to the deeper, unspoken connection that has already shaped our lives in ways too profound for speech alone. It is a reflection of the trust, the intimacy, the understanding, and the boundless depth that exists between us. A depth that does not require explanation, justifications, or validation. It is a depth that simply exists, and it is ours. There is a kind of promise that does not need to be spoken, that does not require ceremony, paperwork, or declarations. It lives quietly in the spaces between us, in the way our glances meet and linger, in the way our hands instinctively find each other, in the way our hearts seem to understand each other even when words fail. These are the promises that matter most. The ones that are woven into the rhythm of everyday life, embedded in gestures, in silences, in shared understanding. They are the silent assurances that no matter what happens, we are here for each other, steadfast and unwavering. And it is in this quiet, profound way that I have come to understand the depth of our connection, that I realize our love is not only about what is said, but about what is lived, felt, and understood without uttering a single syllable. I notice these promises in the smallest things. The way your hand lingers in mine just a little longer. The subtle tilt of your head when you listen. The way your eyes meet mine and hold my gaze with the depth that speaks volumes. These moments, fleeting to the outside observer, are monumental to me. They are affirmations of trust, loyalty, and devotion that need no voice. I feel them in the quiet mornings when we wake together, in the ordinary routines that suddenly seem extraordinary because of you, presence, in the shared silences that feel like a language only we understand. Every day, without realizing it, we are making promises to each other, not with words, but with presence, with attention, with the conscious choice to love, support, and honor one another in both action and intention. There is a beauty in these silent vows because they are both free and binding. They are not constrained by ceremony, formality, or obligation. They are alive, flexible, and enduring, capable of adapting to the changing seasons of life, yet never losing their essence. I feel them in the quiet moments, when you comfort me without asking why, when you celebrate with me without seeking recognition, when you share laughter that is so intimate it feels like a secret only we could ever know. Each of these moments is a promise, a testament to the fact that our love exists beyond words, beyond expectation, beyond the surface of life. It is a living, breathing commitment, alive in every gesture, every glance, every touch. I have come to realize that promises without words are more powerful than promises spoken aloud because they are built on understanding, intuition, and trust. They are not dependent on language, eloquence, or timing. They exist in the spaces between hearts and the resonance of souls that have recognized each other deeply and completely. When I look at you, I feel these promises vibrating through every part of me. They're in the way I instinctively want to protect you, support you, and cherish you. They're in the way I silently pledge to honor your dreams, respect your fears, and celebrate your victories. They're in the way I carry you with me in thought and heart, even when distance or circumstance would suggest separation. These unspoken promises create a rhythm in our lives, a pattern of trust and love that grows stronger with each passing day. I do not need to say I will be here, or I will love you forever, or I will love you forever, because these truths are already manifest in our interactions, our choices, our shared presence. Every act of kindness, every gesture of care, every moment of unwavering support is a thread in a tapestry of devotion that speaks more profoundly than any speech ever could. And I have come to understand that it is this silent weaving, the quiet, deliberate nurturing of connection that builds a love that is resilient, enduring, and extraordinary. I notice the power of these promises and how they shape the way I live. Knowing that our hearts are aligned, that our intentions are mutual, that our commitment to each other exists, even in silence, changes the way I approach life. It gives me clarity, courage, and purpose. It teaches me patience, empathy, and the importance of paying attention to the small moments that truly define a life shared with someone. Every time I act with care towards you, every time I choose honesty over convenience, every time I prioritize your happiness alongside my own, I am honoring a promise that does not need to be said because it is already felt, already understood, already alive in the way we move together through the world. There is a certain sacredness in promises without words because they are made not for the sake of recognition, not for applause, not for external validation, but purely for the other person and for the love we share. They are intimate, personal, and deeply binding in ways that formal declarations often cannot achieve. They are trust that is quietly reaffirmed with every heartbeat, every gesture, every shared moment. I carry them with me, constantly aware that each choice I make, each thought I nurture, each action I take is part of a silent dialogue of love that stretches far beyond speech, far beyond time, far beyond circumstance. And so this keynote is not merely about promises. It is about the way love itself and is about the way love itself communicates, without words. It is about the deep, abiding knowledge that we are committed to each other in ways that do not require articulation. It is about the understanding that the most meaningful assurances are lived, not spoken, felt in the heart, expressed in presence, and recognized in the quiet moments that define a shared life. These are the promises that endure because they are real, because they are authentic, because they arise naturally from the love we share and the life we are building together. There is a unique kind of magic in sharing dreams with someone, in imagining the future not as a solitary path, but as a journey that we walk together, side by side. Before you I dreamed, but my dreams were fragmented like scattered pieces of a puzzle without a picture to guide me. They were aspirations, yes, but they lack the vibrancy, the clarity, and the resonance that only comes when another soul shares the same vision, when another heart beats in tandem with your own. And then you arrived, and suddenly the dreams I held in quiet corners of my mind took shape, grew wings, and became something tangible, something alive, something infused with meaning. Because they were no longer mine alone, they were ours. To share a dream with you is to open a window to infinite possibility, to see a world transformed by the love, passion, and trust we have for each other. I imagine our mornings waking up together, sunlight spilling through the window, coffee in hand, laughter filling the spaces between. I imagine the life we will build, the home that will carry our memories, the walls that will echo with stories of joy, resilience, and shared adventure. I imagine the moments that will challenge us, moments that will test our patience and faith, moments that will demand that we lean on each other in ways we never thought possible. And I feel a quiet certainty that together we will navigate every one of them, that together our dreams will not only survive but flourish. Sharing dreams is not just about imagining the extraordinary. It is about finding wonder in the ordinary, about seeing potential in moments that might otherwise be overlooked, about recognizing that when two hearts align, even the simplest hopes become profound and transformative. When I think about the dreams we share, I see them reflected in countless ways, in our conversations, in the way we laugh about possibilities, in the way we plan, in the quiet assurances. That whatever life brings, we will face it together. Every ambition, every hope, every aspiration is amplified because it is shared. Your dreams become my inspiration, my motivation, my compass. My dreams become your anchor, your comfort, your launch pad, your launch pad, your launch pad. And in this exchange, in this mutual recognition, I have learned a profound truth that the life we imagine together is not a distant fantasy. It is a living, breathing reality in the making, shaped by our love, our commitment, and our unwavering belief in each other. I have come to understand that shared dreams are more than a vision for tomorrow. They are the framework through which we experience today. They guide our choices, inform our actions, and give our steps a purpose that is both deeply personal and profoundly connected. With you, even the smallest decisions, the quietest moments, the seemingly mundane aspects of life gain meaning because they are part of a larger shared narrative. We are no longer drifting, we are intentional, we are no longer uncertain, we are aligned. And in that alignment, in the weaving together of our hopes and ambitions, I feel a strength, a certainty, and a joy that is unmatched by anything I have experienced before. Sharing dreams is also an act of courage. To dream together is to expose your deepest desires, your most vulnerable, smallest blopes to another person, trusting that they will honor them, nurture them, and add their own vision to the mix. It requires honesty, openness, patience, and above all, faith that our hearts are aligned, that our intentions are sincere, that our commitment to each other is unwavering. And with you, I have discovered that courage and abundance. I have discovered that to share a dream with you is to double its power, to multiply its beauty, to give it wings that could never exist in solitude. It is in that shared creation, that collaborative vision, that I see not only who we are, but who we can become together, unshakable, unstoppable, infinite. Even the quietest dreams, the gentle hopes whispered in the middle of the night, the soft imaginings of a future home, the tender visions of laughter, family, adventure become monumental when shared with you. They are seeds that grow in the fertile ground of our love, nurtured by attention, patience, understanding, and joy. And as these dreams grow, they shape not only our future, but the person I am today, the person you are, and the people we will continue to become together. I feel it in the way I approach life with renewed energy, in the way my ambitions gain clarity, in the way challenges feel surmountable because we are no longer dreaming alone. We are building, imagining, living together. The beauty of shared dreams is also in their fluidity, in their ability to evolve as we evolve. They are not rigid structures bound by expectation or limitation. They are living, breathing creations capable of adapting to the rhythm of our lives, capable of responding to the unexpected, capable of expanding in ways we cannot yet imagine. And yet through all this evolution, through all the twists and turns that life may bring, the core of these dreams remains constant, the knowledge that we are walking this path together, that our hedge hearts are aligned, that our lives are intertwined in purpose, in hope, and in unwavering love. I imagine our laughter echoing through the milestones we will achieve, our hands intertwined through every challenge, our hearts synchronized through every triumph and trial. I imagine a life where every dream, no matter how small or grand, becomes a shared testament to the love that brought them into existence. A story told in quiet gestures, in soft smiles, in glances that convey everything that words could never capture. And in this imagining, I am filled with a profound gratitude that life in all its mystery and unpredictability gave me you, the person with whom every dream, every hope, every possibility becomes infinitely brighter, infinitely richer, infinitely more meaningful. There is a feeling I experience whenever I am with you, a feeling that I can only describe as endless wonder. It is a sense that the world in all its chaos, noise, and complexity has conspired to create a moment so rare, so extraordinary that it leaves me in awe not just of you, but of the life we share, the connection we have, and the infinite possibilities that stretch out before us. Every glance, every laugh, every quiet exchange between us carries a gravity that defies explanation. It is as if the universe itself pauses just for a moment to acknowledge the beauty of what exists between us. And in that pause, I am reminded that life is not merely a collection of days and hours. It is a canvas, vast and vibrant, and being with you is like discovering a color I never knew existed, a sound I never knew I could hear, a horizon I never imagined I could reach. I feel this wonder in the simplest things, the way sunlight glints on your hair, the way your smile lights up a room, the way your laughter reverberates in a space and lingers in the heart long after it is faded. These small, seemingly or binary moments become infinite when they are shared with you. There is a magic in your presence that transforms the mundane into something extraordinary, the fleeting into something eternal, the simple into something profound. I realize that the world itself feels more alive, more beautiful, more expansive, because you are part of it, because you are part of my life. The stars above do not shine as brightly, the wind does not feel as gentle, the rain does not seem as soft without you to share it with, and yet when you are near, the ordinary becomes sublime, and the infinite becomes tangible in ways I cannot fully describe, but can feel with every fiber of my being. There is also a sense of wonder in discovering the layers of who you are, the depth of your mind, the warmth of your heart, the strength of your spirit, the way your soul moves gracefully through the world. Each day reveals something new, something unexpected, something that deepens the awe I feel. It is a constant revelation, an unending journey of learning, of appreciating, of marveling at the brilliance of the person who stands beside me. And in this journey, I am reminded that love is not static. It is expansive, it grows, it shifts, it surprises, and it transforms the ordinary into something magnificent. The wonder you inspire is not fleeting, it is eternal, a fire that burns quietly, steadily, illuminating everything around it with light, warmth, and clarity. I often think about how rare it is to encounter someone who can evoke this level of awe. So many people move through life without ever feeling the kind of wonder that you bring into my world. And yet here you are, not only present but alive in a way that ignites the extraordinary in me. You teach me to see with new eyes, to feel with greater intensity, to approach each day with curiosity, joy, and reverence. You remind me that life is vast, that the possibilities are endless, that love itself is a force capable of transforming everything it touches. And in this recognition, I am humbled, grateful, and completely captivated. The wonder is not only in you, but in us, in the way we connect, in the way our hearts resonate together, in the way our shared experiences create a world that exists only for us. Every conversation, every quiet moment, every shared silence is imbued with meaning, depth, and infinite potential. I feel it when we dream together, when we laugh together, when we support each other, when we simply exist in the same space, breathing the same air, sharing the same life. It is as if every heartbeat carries a reminder that what we have is extraordinary, that what we share is profound, and that the possibilities before us are limitless. Even in the face of uncertainty, even when life presents challenges, the wonder remains, because the essence of this feeling is not tied to circumstance, it is tied to you, to us, to the connection that exists beyond words, beyond time, beyond the limits of imagination. It is a testament to the beauty of presence, the depth of love, and the boundless nature of the human heart when it is aligned with another. I am reminded daily that life with you is not a fleeting experience. It is a continuum, a journey of discovery, a story that unfolds in infinite chapters, each one more breathtaking than the last. And so this endless wonder is a gift, not just from you, but from the universe, from fate, from the quiet forces that brought us together. It is a reminder that love can be vast, profound, and infinite, that the human heart is capable of extraordinary capacity, that life itself is more beautiful when shared with someone who inspires awe, gratitude, and reverence. I carry this wonder with me in everything I do, in the way I think, in the way I move, in the way I dream, and in the way I love. It is a living, breathing reminder that the world is infinitely richer because you exist, that every day is brighter because we share it, and that our connection is a source of beauty, light, and limitless possibility that I will cherish for the rest of my life.